Sovereign Andrew had intercourse with a high school young lady on indicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's private island, as indicated by 2015 court archives. The 15-page sworn statement was initially acquired by RadarOnline.com in January 2015. As indicated by the claim, previous sex slave Virginia Roberts, presently known as Virginia Giuffre, looked for criminal accusations against Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz, Bill Clinton, and other powerful companions of Jeffrey Epstein. I have coordinated my lawyers, to seek after all sensible and real intends to have criminal accusations brought against these influential individuals for the violations that have carried out against me and different young ladies, she expressed in the sworn statement. These influential individuals assume that they don't need to pursue indistinguishable standards from every other person. That isn't right. Giuffre, named as Jane Doe No. 3 in the reports, blamed Prince Andrew for engaging in sexual relations with her multiple times, including a bash when she was under the U.S. government period of Lyon's share of 18. Giuffre likewise guaranteed she met Bill Clinton at Bash Island. Despite the fact that she didn't engage in sexual relations with Bill, the island was supposedly overflowing with illicit sexual acts and covered with pedophile pornography. Giuffre's claims were later struck from the record as being unimportant and rude. Be that as it may, following Epstein's capture this month, Prince Andrew may be required to help the FBI in their new examinations. TheSun.co.uk reports, David Boies, the attorney of Virginia Giuffre, who guaranteed she filled in as a sex slave for Jeffrey Epstein, accepts the Duke of York could give combined proof to authorities examining the case. The extremely rich person broker, 66, argued not liable to a variety of sex-dealing charges after examiners blamed him for manhandling young ladies as youthful as 14 out of a huge system of underage exploited people. Mr. Boies likewise said Prince Andrew would in all likelihood decline to address U.S. examiners about Epstein's charges. He included that examiners would not have the option to compel him to affirm despite the fact that his remarks could add to the aggregate proof against Epstein. Mrs. Giuffre, beforehand Virginia Roberts, has affirmed she was among various young ladies who were manhandled by Epstein and others when she was a youngster. Aggregate evidence. She has guaranteed in U.S. court papers that she laid down with Prince Andrew. Anyway, the charges were later struck from the record as being irrelevant and impudent. The Duke of York has denied any association with Mrs. Giuffre. Presently living in Australia, she yesterday stood up just because since Epstein was captured. In an announcement issued by Mr. Boies' law office, Mrs. Giuffre stated, "I am profoundly satisfied that government examiners in New York have captured Jeffrey Epstein and are looking into it in a genuine manner." Mr. Boies revealed to Daily Mail, she, Virginia, has been exposed to long stretches of verbal maltreatment by Epstein and his confederates to attempt to dishonor her. This is genuine vindication, she couldn't be more joyful. Inquired as to whether Andrew ought to be called as an observer, Mr. Boies answered, "In the event that they call him he won't reply and they can't go over yonder to the UK and get him." Concerning whether the ruler would have anything helpful to state, Mr. Boies stated, "Yes and no, I believe it's everything total." At a public interview, Manhattan U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman said specialists held on to proof including naked photos of what seemed, by all accounts, to be underage young ladies while scouring the indicted pedophile's manor throughout the end of the week.